Good evening, viewers. I am Sanjay Kumar Sharma, Senior Manager in GSTN, and I welcome you all to this webinar by GSTN on invoice furnishing facility and payment of tax through Form PMT06. So, at the outset, I would like to tell you that we have already done a webinar on QRMP in 5 languages. So, we'll be putting those links on the live chat for you to view them if you feel the need. I would also like to tell you that two of my colleagues, Ms. Rafi, they are also signed in on the live chat. So any queries you may have, please feel free to post them in the live chat and we'll try our best to answer them. So let's start today's session. So viewers, before we start the session, and as I told you, our session for the day is on invoice furnishing facility and on payment of tax in Form PMT06. From certain quarters, we have received queries about how to opt in, opt out of QRMP scheme. We already covered it in our previous webinars, but I'll just reiterate some of the salient points of those opting in, opting out from the scheme for your benefit. And after that, we will go on to see how the invoice furnishing facility works and how a taxpayer can make payment in Form PMT06. So let's start with the first part of today's agenda, that is opting in, opting out of QRMP scheme. Now, this QRMP scheme came into being on 1st of January 2021, and for the quarter January 21 to March 21, all the taxpayers whose aggregate turnover for the financial year 2019-20 was up to rupees 5 crore and who had filed their GSTR 3B return for the month of October 2020 by 30th of November 2020, they were assigned by following a certain logic, which I will just describe to you. Those registered taxpayers whose aggregate turnover was up to rupees 1.5 crore and who had been furnishing their Form GSTR 1 return on a monthly basis were retained in the monthly scheme. Those registered taxpayers whose aggregate turnover was up to rupees 1.5 crore and who were earlier furnishing their Form GSTR 1 return on a quarterly basis, they were assigned to the QRMP scheme, and now they would be filing quarterly return. The third category of taxpayers is those taxpayers whose aggregate turnover was more than 1.5 crore but up to rupees 5 crore. They were assigned to the QRMP scheme and they were uh, uh, they are required to now file return on a quarterly basis. Now, what happened to those taxpayers who had not filed their GSTR 3B return for October 2020 by 30th of November? They were not assigned to QRMP, they were retained in the monthly filing. Now, apart from assigning by the system, an option was also given to the taxpayers to opt out of QRMP scheme, for which a window was provided, which was open till 31st of January 2021. And this window was applicable for the returns for the quarter January, February, March 2021. The current window is open for the next quarter, that is April, May, June 2021. So let us see what is the rule for opting in, opting out of QRMP scheme. Throughout the year, taxpayers are free to opt in or opt out from this scheme. This window is open for a particular quarter from the first day of the second month of the previous quarter till last day of the first month of the quarter for which you want to enter into QRMP or you want to opt out of QRMP. Now, the condition which applies here is the date on which you go on the portal to change your option for filing. On that particular day, whatever latest applicable GSTR 3B return you should have filed, that should have been filed. Now, once you've opted in or opted out of a QRMP scheme, you will continue to remain in that particular scheme. But if you are in QRMP scheme and your aggregate turnover in a particular quarter exceeds rupees 5 crores, in that case, you will be out of the QRMP scheme. So let's look at this snapshot of all the 4 quarters in which you can see what are the dates which are open for opting in, opting out. Now for the first quarter of the year, that is April, May, June, your window is open from the 1st of February till. Similarly, for July, August, September quarter, it is open from 1st of May till 31st of July. For the third quarter, which is October, November, December, the window is open from 1st of August to 31st of October. And for the last quarter of the year, January to March 20, whichever year it is open from the 1st of November of the previous financial year till 31st January of the following year. Now, a question which has been raised by certain quarters is that if you have been assigned to QRMP scheme, that means you have now come into the quarterly filing cycle and you could not opt out of the scheme by the timeline which expired on 31st of January 2021. Now, what are the options open to you? Now, in case you have not been able to exercise your option by the time the window was open, now since we have already crossed 31st of January 2021, for first quarter of this year, or rather the last quarter of the financial year 2021, you will be required to file the returns as per the QRMP scheme. That means for the quarter January, February, March 2021, you will remain in QRMP scheme, and now the window for opting out of QRMP is open for the next quarter, that is April, May, June. So you can go on the portal. So for those taxpayers who wish to continue to remain in QRMP, and for such taxpayers who could not opt out of QRMP but wanted to opt out of QRMP, we will now come to the second part of this webinar, in which I will tell you how you can file your returns or file your statement and also pay your taxes for the entire quarter. So we have provided a facility called invoice furnishing facility for the tax QRMP scheme. Now, some of the features of the filing of outward supplies under QRMP, that is in IFF, that is, you will be now required to file your GSTR1 return on a quarterly basis at the end of the quarter. Now, for the first and second month of a quarter, invoice furnishing facility is available to you to file your details of outward supplies to registered persons. Now, important and operative part here is these details are related to B2B supplies. One restriction has been put here that the details of outward supplies should not exceed a value of rupees 50 lakh for each month. Now, this value of rupees 50 lakh is independently applicable for month 1 and month 2 of a quarter. So it cannot be carried forward from month 1 to month 2. Now, which are the tables of GSTR1 which are available for filing of details in IFF? All the tables which relate to B2B documents, which could include invoices, credit debit notes, and amendments to these. So table 4A, 4B, 4C, 6B, 6C. These relate to B2B invoices. These are available to you. 9B, these are debit and credit notes to registered taxpayers. This table is available to you. Then table 9A, which is for amended B2B invoices, and table 9C, which is for amended debit credit notes to registered taxpayers. Now, some more important things which relate to IFF are: this facility for a particular month is only available till the 13th of the following month. So that means for the month of January 2021, this facility is open till 13th of February 2021. Now, IFF can be submitted or filed any day, on any day from the first day of the month till 13th of the succeeding month. So this window for submitting and filing is open from 1st and 13th of the succeeding month. Now, in case you have been able to submit the IFF by 13th, but you have not filed it, you will still be able to file it after 13th. Now, if you want to reset the data, if in case you have made a mistake while filing these details, you can do so provided you have not submitted these details on the portal. So the reset button is disabled the moment you submit these details. Now, just like GSTR1, continuous upload of invoices is available from the first day of the actual month of the tax period to the 13th of the succeeding month. So, for example, for the month of January, you could have and you can upload the invoices on the portal from 1st of January till 13th of February. The moment you click on the submit button, all the invoices uploaded for that particular period, for that particular month, will be frozen, and that means you will not be able to add any more details for that particular month. Now, one of the apprehensions in the mind of taxpayers was, suppose I am in QRMP scheme, am I able to pass on the ITC to my recipient? And precisely to address this concern, we would like to tell you that whatever you upload and file in IFF for a particular month, that flows to the GSTR2A and GSTR2B of the concerned recipient, and they're also eligible to avail ITC on that. Now, if anything is left out, suppose you're not able to add any details for a particular month, that you can do at the end of the quarter in your GSTR1 to be filed for that particular quarter. Now, whatever details, including invoices, you have furnished in the IFF for the month 1 and month 2 of a particular quarter, you are not required to repeat those details while filing your GSTR1. They will be auto-populated in your GSTR1 form. Another thing which is important is that IFF is not a mandatory requirement for filing. It is an optional facility. You need to only use it if you have B2B invoices and you intend to show it to your recipient in their form GSTR2A and 2B. Otherwise, you can avoid filing IFF also. Now, how do you file the IFF for a particular quarter for month 1 and month 2? So we'll see the process also. So you log into the GST portal with your credentials, navigate to the returns, then go to services, and then go to returns dashboard. Now here, the file returns page is displayed, where you select the financial year and the return filing period, which could be month 1 or month 2 of a quarter. And then you can enter the details after you click the search button. After you have entered all the details, you can generate the IFF summary to preview. It is generated every 30 minutes, but suppose you want to do it before that, you also have a button of generate IFF summary. The moment you click on that, it will be generated at intervals of 10 minutes. But then in case you happen to again click on that, it will show you an error message. And after you have filed it, you will be able to see the status of the return updated on the portal on your dashboard under view file returns and track return status. So let's see on the portal, how will you use this facility for uploading the details. So you log on to the portal, go to services, then click on returns, then click on returns dashboard, and then you select the financial year and the return filing period which is open to you, and click on search. The moment you click on search, you can see this tile here, details of outward supplies of goods or services. Under that, you can see invoice furnishing facility, and it is also saying that it is optional. You have an option to prepare it online. You also have an option to prepare it offline. Some people have asked whether available for filing it offline. I would like to tell them that yes, that tool is available. The returns offline tool latest version can be downloaded on the portal. and then it can be installed on your system. It can be used for filing both GSTR1 as well as IFF. So let's see, if you choose to file it online, then how do you do it? The moment you click on file online, you will have these tables, all these tables before you, which is 4A, 4B, 4C, 6B, 6C, 9B, 9A, and 9C, as we just discussed. And then you can click on each individual tile and fill the details, invoice-wise details or the document-wise details in the respective tables. So we'll just see it for one of these tables. So B2B invoices, here you can see you have this page open where you enter the receiver GSTIN, invoice number, and then under that the tax rate wise details, and then you have an option to save underneath. The moment you click on save, you get this message that your request has been accepted successfully. You can choose to edit the entered details. You can also choose to trash it in case you have made a mistake. And in case you have more invoices for that particular GSTIN, you can continue by clicking on add details, the button as you can see here. So similarly, you can fill up all the details and then this summary will be shown to you table wise. You have this generate IFF summary button here. You need to generate IFF summary and you also need to acknowledge that you have seen it before you can file. This is the generate IFF summary button. It also gives you the time. As I said, it is generated every 30 minutes. But in case you click on generate IFF summary, it will be generated every 10 minutes. And you have an option of reset. You have an option of preview here. Now, the moment you click, you have previewed and you have acknowledged, the submit button will be enabled and the reset button will be disabled, as we just discussed. Now here, in case you have clicked on generate IFF summary again, then this is the message you get, and this is the error message in case you do it earlier than 10 minutes. And then after you have done that, you can preview it and then you can choose to file after acknowledging it by clicking on submit and then proceed and then submit by clicking on file returns. You know the process very well. You can file it using a DSC or with EVC. So we have filed it using EVC here, and you get this success message that it has been filed. You will also get an ARN for this. And then on the portal, it will also show the status as filed. So this in short is the process. It's very similar to how you file GSTR1. Now we come to the third part of today's webinar, which is payment of tax in form PMT06. As we already told you, for month 1 and month 2 of a quarter, you are required to pay tax in form PMT06. So it has to be deposited by 25th of the following month. So that means for the month of January 2021, it is required to be filed by 25th of February. Similarly, for the month of February, it is to be filed by 25th of March. Now, within the PMT06, two options have been provided to the taxpayers, which I would like to briefly touch upon. One is known as the fixed sum method. The other is known as the self-assessment method. Now, in the fixed sum method, the portal generates a pre-filled challan in form PMT06. Now, the precondition is that in case you are opting for fixed sum method, you should have filed the return for the complete tax period which is preceding this particular month. So otherwise, you will not be able to generate challan using fixed sum method. The other one is a self-assessment method, and here you pay the actual amount due, the actual tax due, by considering the ITC available to you and the tax payable by you. Now, how do you generate the challan? To generate the challan, after login, you can navigate to services, payments, create challan. The reasons for challan page will be displayed. You'll also see how it looks on the screen. Now, for the fixed sum method, 35% challan can be generated by navigating from reasons for challan to monthly payment for quarterly returns, 35% challan. I'll just show you how it looks like on the portal. And now what happens is there could have preceding tax period. You either could have been a quarterly tax filer, that means you were already in QRMP for the previous quarter. In that case, what will happen is it will calculate the entire amount which is paid by you from the electronic cash ledger for the entire previous quarter. It will calculate 35% of that amount. It will pre-populate that amount in your challan and you will be able to pay it. Now, other method is that suppose you were as a monthly filer in the previous tax period, then whatever amount you paid in that last month preceding the quarter. So now we are talking of say quarter January, February, March. So whatever amount was debited from your electronic cash ledger towards tax for the month of December 2020, the exact amount will also come back to us asking that why even under 35% challan the amount is showing us 100%. So for this first quarter of QRMP scheme, which is January, February, March 2021, it is only for these first 2 months that 100% of the tax paid by you in GSTR 3B for the month of December 2020, because till December 2020 all the taxpayers were monthly filers of GSTR 3B. So that is the only reason. Going forward, the moment we go on to the next quarter, and if you're trying to generate a challan under the fixed sum method for the month of April or May 2021, and you were already in QRMP scheme for the first quarter, that is January, February, March, it will calculate the exact 35% of the tax paid by you in 3B for the. So that is the reason you see that amount. Now, another thing is you are not required to deposit any amount for a particular month if the balance in your ledgers, that is electronic cash ledger or the electronic credit ledger, is sufficient to meet your tax amounts due. So it is not necessary that you have to make the payment through PMT 06 every month. In case you have sufficient balance in your ledger, you are not required to do that. Secondly, if you have no tax liability for a particular month, then also you don't need to file PMT 06. Now, there are also some conditions which are attached to this, some depositing of amount. One is whatever is deposited during the month 1 and month 2 of a quarter towards the tax through PMT 06 will be used for offsetting the liability for the entire quarter, which means that you cannot use this amount till you file your return for this particular quarter, either for refund or for any other purpose. So when you are generating the challan in the payments and you can see the reason for challan. Here you have one option which is monthly payment for quarterly return and any other payment. So if you are making the payment through PMT 06, you will have to choose monthly payment for quarterly return, the financial year and tax period, and then challan type. You can see here 35% challan is the fixed sum method, and the other one, challan on self-assessment basis, is your self-assessment method. And then if you've chosen 35% challan, it will also show you what was the amount of tax paid by you from the electronic cash ledger for the last quarter. And then it will auto calculate 35% of that, and it will fill this amount in the auto generated challan, which you can generate by choosing here. You are required to choose the payment mode, and then you can generate the challan and make the payment. So friends, you have come to the end of this webinar. I hope all your queries have been answered. My colleagues have, I hope they were able to answer your queries. So thanks very much for joining us today. I hope this session was useful for all the viewers. Thanks a lot. I would like to also thank, before ending the session, CU GSTN, SVP Services, my entire team and our IT team for all the support that they have provided for success.